भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 2, text 47. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म-फला-हेतुर्भूः मा ते saṅgaḥ akarmaṇi. What one meaning? Karmaṇi, in prescribed duties. Eva, certainly. Adhikāraḥ, right. Te, of you. Ma, never. Phaleṣu, in the fruits. Kadācana, at any time. Ma, never. Karma-phala, in the result of the work. Hetuḥ, cause. Bhūr, become. Ma, never. Te, of you. Saṅgaḥ, attachment. Astu, there should be. Akarmaṇi, in not doing prescribed duties. Translation: you have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. Please repeat. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. Purport by His Divine Grace, La Prabhupada ki Jai. There are three considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work, and inaction. Prescribed duties are activities enjoined in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. Capricious work means actions without the sanction of authority, and inaction means not performing one's prescribed duties. The Lord advised that Arjuna not be inactive, but that he perform his prescribed duty without being attached to the result. One who is attached to the result of his work is also the cause of the action. Thus, he is the enjoyer or sufferer of the result of such actions. As far as prescribed duties are concerned, they can be fitted into three subdivisions, namely routine work, emergency work, and desired activities. Routine work performed as an obligation in terms of the spiritual injunctions without desire for results is action in the mode of goodness. Work with results becomes the cause of bondage. Therefore, such work is not auspicious. Everyone has his proprietary right in regard to prescribed duties, but should act without attachment to the result. Such disinterested obligatory duties doubtlessly lead one to the path of liberation. Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty without attachment to the result. His non-participation in the battle is another side of attachment. Such attachment never leads one to the path of salvation. Any attachment, positive or negative, is cause for bondage. Inaction is sinful. Therefore, fighting as a matter of duty was the only auspicious path of salvation for Arjuna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadadikam. Vande Ham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakha Nitas. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I humbly seek all of your blessings to share some of my understandings from this verse. So this 2.47 is a celebrated verse. All over universes, everybody knows this verse, and many devotees, they express their realization that this verse is also most misunderstood by the people in general. So Prabhupada says this is Ardha Kukkuta Nyaya. Ardha Kukkuta Nyaya, anybody knows? Ardha Kukkuta Nyaya means, yes.
Half truth is more dangerous than a lie.
Pardon?
Half truth is more dangerous than a lie.
Correct, okay. So there is a person who kept on a hen and he has to feed the hen. So he used to feed the hen and the product is eggs. So he got eggs. So one day he thought that why every day I should feed this hen. I will not feed. Rather than only I will get the hen. So he caught the front part of the head part and kept only the back part. So the result is, of course, known what happens. Same way, everybody knows that karmaṇyeva adhikāras. We have the right to perform our duties. And everybody does that, but they forget about last 3 lines. phaleṣu, kadācana and this thing. So I was recollecting today's Prabhupada's message. Anybody knows Prabhupada's message in the morning today? Yeah. Prabhupada, in the morning assembly, Prabhupada tells that if you want to be happy and if you want to be prosper, you have to understand Bhagavad-Gita as it is thoroughly. And people are not following properly, not understanding thoroughly. That's why they misinterpret Bhagavad-Gita and they do whatever they like. So we'll discuss actually what this verse tells us. Now, first of all, we have to understand why Krishna speaks this verse here at the very beginning. So, all of us know that there are reasons why Arjuna didn't fight. The first reason was known to everybody, that he is very attached, compassion for his relatives, family members. And Krishna clears all his doubts through the Bhagavad-Gita. That's why we are discussing Bhagavad-Gita. The first reason is that I am attached, and there is a sense of compassion. So that's why this chapter 2 is divided into 5 sections. First section is text 1 to text 10. That Arjuna is indecisive and he surrenders that I don't know whether I should fight or not fight. There are different reasons I already explained in chapter 1. Now I am a surrender soul, please explain what I am supposed to do. Text 11 to 30, Krishna answers the first reason and he chastises Arjuna that you are not the body, you are soul. The family members which you are seeing, they are not bodies, they are soul, they are eternal. So he has given the knowledge of the soul from 11 to 30. The second reason was that I will not enjoy. Without them, I cannot enjoy. So this 31 to 37, he gives the sakama karma. That by doing this, you will enjoy. You will go to heaven, you will enjoy. Then the third reason was fear of sinful reactions. Now I will kill them and I will go to hell because killing is sinful activity. Then in 38 to 53, he gives niskama karma. How to work in this material world so that you will not be affected by the reactions of your work. And this is 47 to 49 is the art of work, how we should work. So that is the verse we are going to discuss. So here, first of all, Prabhupada starts with, there are 3 considerations here: prescribed duties, capricious work and inaction. That means what is karma, what is vikarma and what is akarma. And Prabhupada defines karma as prescribed duties or activities enjoyed in terms of one's acquired modes of material nature. So we have to understand prescribed duties. What do you mean by prescribed duties? Suppose we are sick, I am suffering from fever. So I go to doctor prescribes a medicine. So that means when I will take this medicine, I will be cured. So that means it is authorized by a doctor. I cannot go anybody and get medicines and I will be cured. No. So here karma is prescribed duty. That means our duty must be prescribed by someone. So Krishna explains that this karma everybody has to do. Nahi kaschit kyanamapi jatu tisthati akarma krut karyate hi avasya karma sarva prakriti jair guni. You cannot be inactive at any moment because you are forced by modes of material nature, either mode of goodness or mode of passion or mode of ignorance. So those who are situated in the mode of goodness, there are different characteristics are there. That is explained in 14th chapter, and those are, and also explained in 18th chapter that who is in the mode of goodness. So like there are 4 types of people in this world to function: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Krishna says, Chaturvanya maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasa. According to the qualities and according to their activities, this classification has been done. So who is Brahmana? 18.42 Sama dama tapa saucham shantira arjavam evacha jnana vijnana astikam Brahma karma svabhavaja. So those who are very peaceful, take austere life, self-control, they function in Brahmana platform. Then 1843 says that those who are characteristic of Kshatriyas or influenced by the mode of passion, they do this administrative jobs. And Vaishya and Sudra Vaishya, they do agriculture and trade, business, other things. And Sudra, they do the normal rest of the labor works. So now, question comes how they should function. We are going to discuss three things. What is karma and why one should do his activity. What is the purpose behind the karma and how one should work. So here is telling karmaṇyeva adhikaraste. Suppose you are governed by mode of goodness, you are a Brahmana, so you have a right to perform Brahmanical duties. You are governed by modes of passion, so you can do the Kshatriya job. Suppose you are governed by mode of passion and ignorance, then you do Vaishya, and those are mode of ignorance, they do Sudra job. So now coming to the point, why we should do karma? What is the reason? What is the purpose behind any actions? Because nowadays, if you go to see the world, how many people actually know whether they are doing karma or vikarma or akarma? So mostly 99.9% people do not know actually what they are doing. That's why they are doing what they are doing. Somebody opens a liquor shop, he is telling, I am doing my duty. I am honestly doing my duty. And the thieves, they are doing all type of robbing, and they are bringing the wealth, and they say, we are honestly distributing the wealth. This is my duty. Somebody is doing a chicken shop, mutton shop. So it's a completely in the mode of ignorance. They do not know what they are doing. And it is a great benediction upon us that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, at least we know what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do. So we are eternally grateful to Srila Prabhupada that he has given this message. And we are very fortunate to come here together and hear these things. So it's a special benediction for all of us. So coming back, the purpose of karma explained here, yajñarthatha karmana anyatra lokayam karma bandhana tadartham karma kaunteya mukta saṅga samachara. Why we should do our work? Just like we explained that the doctor has to prescribe a medicine to cure the disease. And in this material world, we are all conditioned souls. We are suffering in this material world. Why we are suffering? There are three reasons why we are suffering in this material world. Anybody wants to say? Yeah, karma bandhana. So that is the kleshas, that there are different types of sufferings. If you can little introspect, we can find out what are the root cause of our suffering. We are thinking that we are proprietor. I possess everything. That's why we came back here. Why Krishna should be the proprietor? I am the proprietor. I should be Lord of all the systems. And second is controller. I want to control everything. Under my direction, everything should go on. Like you see the head of the family or head of the institution, they want to possess everything. They want to control everything. And third thing, they want to be enjoyer. We want to enjoy. So we have these propensities within us. I want to be a proprietor, I want to be controller, and I want to enjoy. So that's why what happens now, we are binding ourselves, karma bandhana. Because in order to be proprietor, enjoyer or controller, you have to do some karma. And those karmas now binding us. That's why we are, what happens? Going birth after death, transmigration of the soul. So we have to do the karma in such a way so that this transmigration process has to be stopped. Yajñarthatha karmana anyatra lokayam. If you do any activities other than pleasing Krishna, that action definitely will bind us. There is no doubt at all. It is a 100% guarantee. So tad artham karma kaunteya mukta saṅga. If you want to liberate from this material bondage, then do that activities which will not bind. So what is that activity? Bhagavatam says very beautiful. Know that verse? That verse is that Ata pumbhir dijashrestha varnashrama vibhagasaha swanushtitasya dharmasya sansidir haritosana. So these four class of people, varna and ashram, is made, designed in such a way. Ata pumbhir dijashrestha varnashrama vibhagasaha swanushtitasya dharmasya sansidir haritosana. We have to act in such a way so that Krishna is pleased. That is the driving principle of all the human beings to do that activities. So now it depends upon us, depends upon our consciousness. The same work can be done in three ways. One is action can be done with love, or activities can be done with gratitude, or actions can be done with fear also. For example, there is a company and somebody is recruited in that company. Now he can perform his activities in three different ways. When he goes to company, he knows that I want to please my boss. So he put his heart and soul to the things. So the boss is pleased. But some classes of people, they say, okay, the boss has given me the service, let me do out of gratitude because I am getting payment, so I should do that, let me do. And some people, they are so ungrateful. They are getting payment, everything, but they don't, very lazy. They don't work, and sometimes out of fear they will work. If they don't work, boss will ask, manager will ask where the output. Then out of fear they do. So same way, in this material world also, whatever karma we are doing, there are three levels. One can do out of love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the best. Second is gratitude, because Krishna is providing everything for our sustenance and maintenance. How we can be ungrateful? And there are some class people, they should actually fear, if I don't do right path, I don't go on right path, then Krishna will punish me. So out of fear also, some people.
The main question, why do we do the karma? That answer is wrong.
Yes, coming. It will come. I am explaining. Why we don't do karma? Yeah, so we'll come back to this. Kayana manasa buddhya kevala indriyorapi yoginah karma kurbanti saṅgam tyaktva atma suddhaye. Because we are conditioned soul, we are in disease condition. Why we are taking medicine? Because to cure ourselves. So now we are this janma bandhana, now transmigration of soul, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, we are going through this. So now how to get out of this? Because now same thing Arjuna is, when Krishna gives the knowledge that you are not the body, you are the soul, so he is telling, yes, why I should work then? What is the need? As long as you are in bodily conception of life, you are conditioned soul, you have to work to maintain your body, and by that you will get knowledge and you will liberate yourself. So that is the reason why we should work. That is the purification of soul. Because we are contaminated, our consciousness is contaminated since time immemorial. Now we are purifying by the karma. How? Let us see. Suppose some service is given to us. Now I told you three different ways you can do. So which way will give the total satisfaction? First one. Because that will give you the, because you are doing in a pure consciousness. That's what actually the duty, that the dharma of the living entity. Savai punsa paro dharma yato bhakti radhakshaje ahetu ki apratihata yatma suprasidati. The supreme occupation of the living entity is to render loving transcendental service to the Supreme Lord, which is unmotivated and interrupted, that will completely satisfy the self. So everybody wants satisfaction. And that satisfaction is not coming because we are doing something wrong. So for that purpose we are doing so, because the service is the constitutional position of the living entity. Jivera Swarupa hai Krishnara Nitya Das. You can, that's why I quoted that verse. Even if a moment you cannot stay idle. Nahi kaschit khanamapi jatu tishthate karma. Karyate hi avasya karma sarva prakriti. You have to work, you have to serve. But how to work, it is now depend upon us. Now,
Is it not said that this what karma we are doing today is a result of our old karma?
yes, that is the thing. That's why
That is why we have to do the karma.
we have to do the proper karma. There is a karma first.
Then comes three way of doing.
Yeah, that is three. Now three types of karma. The same karma, vikarma and akarma. Karma is prescribed duties. What is prescribed by Vedas, prescribed by Shastra, prescribed by scriptures. Those who do not follow, they are doing vikarma. And those who are doing Krishna bhakti, means they don't want to come on the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, they are doing akarma. That is the transcendental activities. Without getting reaction. So that how will do that? That verse is explained. That is called art of work. So let us see. First is karmaṇy evādhikāras te. You have the right to perform your duties. I have a right. Why? Because I am governed by different modes of material nature and I have to choose in which condition I am, and I have to approach my spiritual master. It is not that whimsically I will take, just like I am a diseased person and I whimsically I go to anywhere and take the medicine, that disease will not cure. So that's why Krishna says that you have to accept a bona fide spiritual master in your life. He will understand, he will know your nature. He will know your nature, he will know your propensities, what are the things you are inclined to and how you will be purified. So he will engage us in that particular service and under his guidelines so that our purification will take place. 2.41 is tells that Srila Prabhupada says that devotional service, yes, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, the devotional service is best practiced under the guidelines of a bona fide spiritual master. So he knows you. That's why we are accepting spiritual master. So karmaṇy evādhikāras te. So that is you have the right to perform duties. Then what he tells? phaleṣu kadācana. You are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. How many of us or how many people are in this material world following this? If you say somebody that you work for 1 month, I will not give you payment. Next day will not come. I was working in Navalda card and people are coming in the morning, they will punch the card and they will bunk from the place. Then they will come at 4 o'clock. Then after punching the card, they will ask that is there in overtime today? If I say yes, then they will stay somewhere. 4 o'clock they will start the work, although they come at 8 o'clock. Otherwise you cannot see their face. Personally I experienced these things. phaleṣu kadācana. You are not entitled to the fruits of action. Why? Why Krishna tells that you are not entitled, or you should not desire, or you should not expect the fruits of your actions? Why? That will give reaction. That will keep us in bondage. The whole purpose is to get out of the bondage. And if you are expecting the results, keeping the result in front of us and working, then we are getting bounded ourselves. It is just
Either good or bad.
anything, either pious or impious, that Prabhupada explains. Because if you do pious activities, you will go to upper planetary system. If you do impious work, you will go to lower planetary system. So both way you are bound. Khinne punya martya lokam vasant. So both the things you will come back and you will suffer. So we are not getting out of this mentality, proprietorship, controllership and enjoyership. So now, does it mean that I should not desire for the result? then what is the impetus for my working? Why I'm supposed to work? So two things. One is goal, another is fruits. Because I know that if suppose while I'm working, I'll say that I will get payment. So my mind is diverted. Only he is thinking that I will get this, I will get prize, I will get this type of money, I will get this, that. So my mind is not concentrated. I am not vyavasayatmika buddhi. My mind is diverted towards the fruits, and I myself bringing the inauspicious things in my life which will bind me in this material world. So that's why Krishna is very compassionate. This verse can be best understood with an example. For example, suppose I want to make a table. I do not know, so I will call a carpenter. So I will give him wood, nail, fevicol, sanmaika, everything. And I will tell that you do the work. Because he is a carpenter, so he has to make the carpenter, he has to make the table. And he knows that after fabricating this table, he will hand over to me, he will not take. Karmaṇy evādhikāras. The carpenter has right to perform, to fabricate a table. phaleṣu kadācana. What is the result? A table. Table, he does not have right for the table. He cannot say. phaleṣu kadācana. karma-phala-hetur bhūr. He will not say that I am the cause, I am the doer of the table. No, because I have provided many things. You are just instrument. I have given table, I have given wood, I have given fevicol, everything. I am procuring everything. You cannot say that you are the cause of. And mato saṅgaḥ akarmaṇi. If I am not getting the table, why I should work? If you will not work, you will starve. For your maintenance, I will give some money. But you cannot say that I will take the fruit. I will take the.
Requirement is the cause of the table. Requirement is the cause of table.
Yeah.
That carpenter is not for the requirement.
Yeah.
The requirement is the cause of that table.
Correct. That's the requirement. So there are. We will go to the little discussion about. So what else? What we are discussing that phaleṣu kadācana. Then he say karma-phala-hetur bhūr. Always we are thinking that I am the cause whatever I am doing. Suppose I am teaching and the student comes out suppose first or got 100%. So I will be proud enough. Okay, my student has got 100%. But actually, am I the cause of his 100% performance? Bhagavad-Gita in 18th chapter he explains there are 5 factors of every action. There are 5 factors. One is place of action, then the doer, then the senses, the endeavor, then the super soul. Any action you take, there are the 5 factors. Otherwise, if I say that I am to, suppose then those who are playing cricket, somebody is bowling, somebody is batting, then all the balls he should put chaka, all the 6 he should get. Why he is not getting? If he say that I am the best batsman, then he should get every time he should get 6, 6, 6. But he is not getting. Sometimes he is kicked out also. So that means these are the 5 factors for every actions. There will be a place of action. There is a doer who is a soul, and there is a endeavor. The senses are working, and finally, Paramatma is sanctioning. Without that, anything. Suppose I want to get a IS officer post. So how I will get that post? First of all, I should have desire. Without desire, we cannot do anything. So first of all, I have to desire to become an IS officer. Just by desiring, I cannot become an IS officer. So I have to do activities required for the IS officer. Even if we do activity, there are thousands of people who will go. It is not guaranteed that I will be selected. Then who is that? We require the sanction, the mercy of the appointing authorities. Same way, in our world also, whatever we do, everything has to be sanctioned by the super soul. Without sanction of super source, Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if a blade of grass cannot move. This fact we must understand. So now he is telling, ma karma-phala-hetur. So don't think that you are the cause of. That means you are thinking that you are controller, you are proprietor, and you want to enjoy. So this mentality has to get out. That is what actually purification taking place in our life. Then he is telling, mato saṅgaḥ akarmaṇi. That if I am not getting the result, then why I should work? This favorite mentality. I am not. Is it that then I should either I should be careless or I should be sleeping idle? Suppose this verse, suppose Matajis, they have given a responsibility to cook a feast. And if they see that at the end of the prasadam, if I will be told that you should not honor prasadam, you should not eat. Those who are cooks, we make a standard in our community. When I was in Vrindavan, the day which the cook will cook, he will not get the prasadam that day. He will take something simple food. So that is the proof how much he is putting his heart and she is putting heart and soul for this. Because she will be completely in service mood. That is Krishna is explaining that it is a compassionate verse for all of us. How compassionate Krishna is. He is telling that you are suffering because of this mentality. You are suffering from this karma bandhana. You want to enjoy. You want to suffer by the fruits of your actions. So I am taking these things. That's why he is telling surrender unto me. So that's why he is telling that please think about it. Mato saṅgaḥ akarmaṇi. Don't think that if you are not getting, you will get for your maintenance. Ishopanishad says, Isāvasyam idam sarvam yatkinch jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitam agruddha kasvasitam. Anything, animate or inanimate, whatever you see in this material world, everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is my role? I should accept whatever is required to maintain my body and soul. And in this consciousness, second verse it tells that in this consciousness, if you want to live for hundreds or thousands years, you can continue living, you will not get any reaction. You will be a blissful person. But this Ravan type mentality people, Hiranyakashipu, Kansa, Duryodhan, they don't want to follow this. They want to be proprietor. Hiranyakashipu, he was doing a lot of austerity. He wants to be proprietor. He wants to control. When he asked Prahlad Maharaj, who is your Lord? He said, Vishnu. What? Who is Vishnu? I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he was, just by movement of his eyebrows, whole universe was shaking and trembling. But what was the end result? Just Hiranyakashipu with his nails, just catch it. So we should understand, these verses are actually making us humble. They are nothing. That's why Prabhupada explains once, somebody asked Prabhupada, how I can be humble? Prabhupada told that you see so many universes are floating in this cosmic manifestations. And in one of the universes, this Earth planet is one of the planets. And in this Earth planet, there is so many countries, so many continents. In so many continents, there are so many countries. In so many countries, there are so many states. In so many states, there are some districts. Mathura is a district. And there is a Vrindavan is a small place. I am thinking that I am great. So don't be proud. Nothing. So there are in this consciousness, if you work, then you will be actually peaceful. Kayena manasa buddhya kevale indriyorapi, either by body, kaya, mind, intelligence, whatever we do, you should do two purposes. One is to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead and for our own purification. Atma Suddhai. And we have to get out from this saṅga. bad association. Saṅgam tyaktva atma suddhaya. Then things will be accelerated in our life. We will be the blissful personality. That's why Krishna is taking so much pain to explain us. Then we finally, Prabhupada mentions that Arjuna was therefore advised by the Lord to fight as a matter of duty, without attachment to the result. Because he knows that if you think that you want to enjoy, or you don't want to fight because you are not getting anything, so that is also make you bound in this material world. Either attachment or detachment for material things, definitely it will bind you in this material world. The purpose why we have come here, somehow or other we have to get out from this material entanglement. That is our purpose. Because we are suffering. We have to introspect our heart. Where is the problem? So how I should work? This is the way I have to. So what is the consciousness with which I should work, so that I will be totally purified? Because our constitutional position is Sat Chit Ananda, that we are not experiencing in the conditioned state. By art of working, we will realize our own constitutional position as a servant of Krishna. That will perfect our life. Okay, thank you very much. If anybody have any comments or discussion. Yeah, correct. Prabhupada says actually we are not doing 3.27. Prakrute kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasah ahankara vimudatma kartaram iti manate. We are governed by the modes of material nature and we are thinking that I am the karta. Just like a person is haunted by ghost. He will dance, he will go run and all these things. He will do that, but he does not that he is haunted by. So we are all haunted by three modes of material natures. And we are thinking that we are something great.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the beautiful lecture. Prabhu, I just wanted to ask that sometimes, I don't know whether this is getting our mentality, what we were discussing. So my question is that, suppose there is a businessman and they have a goal to reach 4 crores and next year, and his mind is now engaged in that I have to reach that goal, I have to reach that goal. Is that getting engaged in fruitive results, or is that focusing on his goal? And similarly, if we think for this Arjuna, so if he thinks that I have to fight and I have to kill all of them, so is that focusing on goal, or is that focusing on fruitive activities for both the things?
Okay, that's nice point. Prabhupada also explains in his speech. He tells two different things. I also explain in short way, given a little brief, that goal and fruits are two different things. Suppose a student, they're like a businessman. So he has to do his business. Now he has to, suppose he is manufacturing, suppose 100 cars. So he is keeping a goal that at the end of the year I want 100 cars. So he will engage all his people and all thinking to meet his goal. But the fruits, whether he will get or not get, or whether the business will get profit or this thing, those things, it is not under his control. If he thinks those things, then what will happen? There will be fear in his heart. Whether I will be able to do, not do, that's anxiety will come in his heart. So like Arjuna is fighting, he will say that whether I will win or lose, whether this thing will work or this thing will not work. No. You put your heart and soul. Do the activities. And do the best and leave the rest up to Krishna. That is our slogan. Do the best, leave the rest up to Krishna. So he will do whatever according to our actions, and there are different factors involved. He knows what is best for us, and whatever comes as end result, we should be fully satisfied. So we should meet the goal. Suppose, for example, student is studying from the beginning of the year. He should fix his goal that I should get 100%. He need not to compare with X, Y, Z. Not required at all. If you compare, then anxiety will come. Oh, he is reading, he is studying 8 hours in a day, he is doing this reference. And no. My target that I have to get 100%. Whether everybody gets 100% or 0, I have nothing to do. And so I should prepare whatever is required. Either I have to go to teacher, I have to refer this book, or I have to go tuition, I have to take coaching, I have to do my best. So that is his, but he is not always thinking, if I don't get, if I get, that is up to Krishna. So he should free from anxieties. That is what he is telling. Labha or labho, jaya jayo. Don't think for profit or loss. Don't think for victory or gain, victory or loss. That is up to Krishna. Definitely Krishna is the best well-wisher. That verse when we are thinking, Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvalokam maheswaram suhurdam sarvabhutanam gantamam santim. So you will be peaceful when you understand Krishna is the well-wisher. And if you will work for throughout the year, do you think that Krishna is a cruel person that he will fail me or something like this? Whatever we deserve, we will get it. Krishna knows. If you will fail also, there is some well-wishing factor in Krishna's hand. So we should be totally dependent on it. Okay.
Basically it means that we should be free of anxiety while doing our activities and should be dependent on Krishna while we should be giving our 100%.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we should. That is our purification. Somebody will say that if I don't get result, because you need purification. Result is Krishna's hand. Whether you get or not, that is immaterial. We are working for our purification. Suppose in Srila Prabhupada has built very nice temple. Many devotees are coming, but they are not looking for how much I will get remuneration. I will get month. That is a mercantile business. It's a business. He is doing his best how to serve Krishna so nicely. So that what will happen? By doing that service, all over the world, everybody is benefited. Yatha taror mule nisetan. So the business person who is producing 100 cars, whatever money he is getting, he should give to Krishna. By giving Krishna, all of us will be benefited. Like today they announced that on the day of Ram Navami they are going to distribute so much prasadam. So they should give money. So that money is going to distribution. So many people are benefited. So two things. He is getting from the reaction of his whatever earning he is getting. He is not bound by that. And second thing is that so many people are getting benefited. Those pious results is going to his account. That is the thing. And if you do anxiety, the 100% efficiency will go down because we are putting some part of our time, energy in anxiety. We are not thinking of Krishna. And if you are thinking of Krishna, the 100% efficiency. So that is the reason why Krishna is telling that don't take the verse in 1/4 or 1/4 or like this. Yeah.
One more question. You told that if we are attached, then also we get fruitive results. Then we also get entangled. And you also told that if we are detached, then also we get entangled. So can you please explain the entanglement?
Yes, sir. Papa Punya, that is what Prabhupada explains. Now fighting is, Arjuna has to fight. Now he is attached to his grandfather, teacher. By that attached, what happened? He is not able to do the duty. So that means he will get reaction for that because being a Kshatriya, he is not doing the duties. Second thing, his dharma is to fight. He is getting detached from fight. So I don't want to fight. So he is getting reaction for that. So either attachment or detachment, you will get punishment. So what we have to do? We have to attach to Krishna. Whatever Krishna says, fight, I am fighting. Don't fight, I am not fighting. Because I am his property. I am his property. So this principle we have to cultivate. My spiritual teacher told somebody, somebody told that I want to learn music. Then spiritual master knows his mentality, timing, he told, no, you should not. And he was very upset. Then he makes her understand that you are the property of your spiritual master. Yes or no? The moment you are initiated, you are surrendered, you are the property. So it is my right, whatever way you want to mold your life, you are meant to serve me. If I want to say that you learn music, serve me, that's okay. Only you cook for me, you serve me, that's way. So that is consciousness we have to come. That's what Krishna is telling. That don't think that I will not learn music, I cannot serve. No. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. We should not situate in the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. We should go to transcendental goodness. Then we will be free from all type of attachment and detachment. That is the thing. Yes, ma'am.
How non-fighting of Arjuna is attachment?
Non-fighting, because he is driven by his mind. Yasasti bhaktira bhagavati akinchana sarver gunestatra samasate sura hara abhaktasya kuto mahat guna manorathena sati dhavato vahi. When he is telling that I don't want to fight, who is telling? His mind is telling, I don't want to fight. But he has forgotten, I am the property of Krishna. So he becomes asati, unchaste. Husband tells that you should cook. No, I don't want to cook. That is disobedience.
The whole problem is his thinking he is the doer.
He is the doer.
Yeah, but they can.
Thinking is before then attachment.
Yes. So, we have to understand, I belong to my Father. I belong to the Supreme Personality of God, and I am His servant. Yatha tathava vidadhatu lampato mat prana nastatu swayam. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement. Either you kick me or you kiss me, I am yours. That's all. You have to come to that place.
I want to say something.
Yes, thank you.
Arjuna says that by killing our relatives, there will be a sin. But Lord said, Sarva dharman pratyajya mamekam saranam vrat aham tva sarvapapya mokshishami. If you are surrendered to me, then I will excuse you. There will be no sin.
Thank you very much. Okay. So we'll
No one is coming, but can I ask one?
okay.
Can you please explain the 5 elements in a little detail, that how do they work on
So that 5 factors of
5
action.
factors.
Okay. 18, 14. For example, now suppose I have to do any work. So the place of action is in Purport Prabhupada explains, this body has to be there. And body does not move on its own, the soul is there, he is the doer. Then comes senses, he will use his senses. And he has to put endeavor. Suppose I want to lift this, I have to put endeavor. But the most part is the super soul. He has to sanction to lift it. So then all these actions can be performed like this. So this is what explained. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.